that we discussed. So meron pa tayong second pattern. Okay? So itong case 1, we apply this when the exponent of sine is odd. Okay? So what we do is we factor out, ito yung process natin, we factor out sine u du. Thus before we substitute the remaining part of the function with 1 minus cosine squared u, we need to express it first in terms of sine squared u. Okay? Then, ang isa pang technique dito when with group 1 case 1 is, if we need to apply u substitution, laging ang u natin ay cosine. Ang u natin ay cosine lagi. Kasi nga, the reason why we factored out yung isang sign ay dahil we expect it to be in the derivative, na yung derivative ng cosine ay sine. So, doon siya lalabas. Kaya tayo naglalabas ng isang sine. So, ngayon, in this situation, let's move on to case 2. Group 1 pa rin siya. So, meaning, this still involves sine and cosine. But this time, we'll be dealing with another case. So, bali dito naman, with group 2, group 1, case 2, this one naman deals with when n is odd, or meaning, when the exponent of cosine is odd. So, kung yung kanina, the exponent of yung case 1 natin, group 1 case 1, we apply it when the exponent of sine is odd. This time, we apply this when the exponent of cosine is odd. Ngayon, paano ba to gawin? So, ito na may same process as what we have done a while ago. Parehas din yan, exactly the same. Ito nga lang, kung yung ginawa natin before or yesterday, ang nilalabas natin ay sine, this time, ang nilalabas natin ay cosine. Okay? And if before, kung yung remaining part of the function, papalitan natin ng sine squared u equals 1 minus cosine squared u, this time, yung matitira, cosine squared u, papalitan natin ng 1 minus sine squared u. Okay? Pero again, same process pa rin siya. Okay? Yan, same process siya as the one a while ago. As the one before, yesterday. Okay, so now let's move on to, again, this is better explained with, sige, isulat natin yung series of steps following the same series of steps that we had with case 1. Okay? So, ang first step natin with case 1 is factor out sine u. But this time, what we'll factor out is cosine u du. Okay? Next is, before we substitute the remaining part of the function with cosine squared equals 1 minus sine squared, we should express the given first, the remaining part of the function, or the remaining cosine, with, we should express it as cosine squared u. Bakit natin siya kailangang express as cosine squared u? Para masubstitute natin yung identity na cosine squared is equivalent to 1 minus sine squared. Then again, kung doon sa case 1, ang u natin ay cosine, this time, sa case 2, ang u natin dito ay laging sine. Okay? So, this is what you need to remember when we are applying this solvable groups of trigonometric integrals for group 2, group 1, case 2. Okay? So, again, this is better explained with an example. So, before we move on, before we even decide that this pattern will be applied, kailangan muna natin siguraduhin na yung given ay under ng group 1 and under ng case 2. So we know that it is under group 1 if the functions involved are sine and cosine. So ito, since we have sine here and then we have cosine here, since they are sine and cosine ang involved, so therefore group 1 yun. Ano? So okay tayo sa group 1. And we'll be able to know that it is case 2 if the exponent of cosine is odd. So you'll notice that the exponent of cosine here is 5. So meaning, applicable dito yung group 1, case 2. Okay? So now let's apply the series of steps that we identified a while ago. So according to the series of steps that was identified a while ago, ang unang step natin is to factor out tawag dito? Magfa-factor out ng isang cosine. Okay? So it'll be cosine raised to 4x kasi maglalabas nga tayo ng isa. Tapos yung isang ilalabas natin, isasama natin sa dx. So we'll have here cosine x dx. So again, na-explain ko na naman yesterday kung bakit tayo naglalabas. We bring it out, pero kahapon nalabas natin ang sign, pero we did that yesterday dahil we are expecting it to appear in the derivative. So ganito din to. Itong cosine x dx na ito, we expect this to appear in the derivative. Okay? Now, for the second step, Yeah. For the second step natin, before we can substitute the identity cosine squared is equal to 1 minus sine squared, we're supposed to express it first in terms of cosine squared. Okay, so naturuan ko na kayo yesterday kung paano siya gawin. Ano, like in this situation, itong cosine raised to 4x, if we want to rewrite it in terms of cosine squared, susulat natin siya in terms of cosine squared, pero it will still be raised to with an exponent. So what exponent will it be? Based on what we did yesterday. Kasi ginawa na natin to kahapon. Kasi bago tayo makapagpalit ng identity na 1 minus cosine squared or 1 minus sine squared in this situation, kailangan naka-squared muna siya. Ano? And to do that, we may express it naman in terms of cosine squared, pero it will be raised to an exponent. So what exponent will be together with this one? Tandaan niyo pa ba? Yan yung ginawa natin kahapon eh. So what will it be? Anyone? Yan, raised to 2. Ano? Yan, tandaan niyo pa. Okay? So ganun din. This is what we're supposed to do here. Yeah. Then we have cosine x dx. Now, after doing that, pwede na nating i-apply yung substitution. Ano ba yung substitution natin? Sige, sulat nga natin dito yung steps para makita nyo lang din. So again, the first thing is factor out cosine u du. Next natin is express in terms of cosine squared. Yan. Next natin ay substitute natin yung cosine squared u. It will be replaced by 1 minus sine squared u. Okay? Then again, ang last step natin is to use u substitution. Ano? Which again, in this situation, ay lagging. Kung before ay lagging cosine, this time lagging sine. Okay? So now, we may apply this. Pwede natin i-apply itong step na ito. Wherein, yung natitirang cosine squared function, we may replace it with 1 minus cosine squared. So ito magiging the integral of sine raised to 1/3 x. Then cosine squared x will become 1 minus sine squared x quantity raised to 2 cosine x dx. Yan. Kuha natin. Okay? Yan. So dito, we have two options. Pwede nating expand muna and distribute this before we do the u substitution, or we do the u substitution first before doing so, before doing the said things that I told you, yung i-distribute at i-expand. Ano? So in this situation, mas madali kung i-u natin. And again, in group 1 case 2, mas madali kung ang u natin dito ay kung i-u muna natin siya. And again, kung last time ang u natin lagi ay cosine, this time ang u natin lagi ay sine. And again, the reason why we brought out 1 cosine x dx is because we are expecting it to appear in the derivative, which will appear pag derivative natin itong sine x. Now, the derivative of sine x is cosine x dx. Okay? Yan. So now, let's do the substitutions. So itong sine raised to 1/3 x magiging u raised to 1/3. Itong sine squared x magiging u squared raised to 2. Then cosine x dx will be replaced by du. Okay? Kuha niyo ba? Kuha natin. Okay. So now, what we'll do is, we'll apply order of operations here. Kung naalala nyo, parang may ganun example din tayo yesterday. So, you'll follow order of operations, yung PEMDAS natin, wherein you have to expand first. Evaluate the exponent first. So, itong 1 minus u squared quantity raised to 2, that's what we're supposed to do first using FOIL method. And u raised to 1/3 will be distributed afterwards. Okay? So, given that u1 minus u squared is raised to an exponent 2, meaning we have 1 minus u squared being multiplied by another 1 minus u squared. Yun yung ibig sabihin nung raised to 2 na yun. So that means we are multiplying 1 minus u squared by itself twice. Yan, like that. Okay? And in evaluating this, uunahin natin i-FOIL method to before we distribute u raised to 1/3. So if we apply FOIL method with 1 minus u squared times 1 minus u squared, the result will be 1 minus 2u squared plus u raised to 4 du. Yan. Kuha niyo ba? Yan. Then, this time, pwede na nating i-distribute itong u raised to 1/3 natin. Okay? So again, itong process natin, this is exactly the same as the one that we did yesterday. Parehas din ito. Ito nga lang, nagkakaiba lang siya sa inilalabas. Kung kahapon, ang nilalabas natin ay isang sine, dito ang ilalabas natin ay isang cosine. Kung kahapon, ang pinapalitan natin ay sine squared with 1 minus cosine squared, this time, ang papalitan natin ay cosine squared with 1 minus sine squared. And kung kahapon, ang u natin ay laging cosine, this time, ang u natin ay laging sine. So, same process siya, pero different values ang ginagamit natin. Ano? Parang binaliktad natin yung process. Okay, so if we distribute it, it will be the integral of u raised to 1/3 minus 2u raised to 1/3 times 2 is 6/3, 7/3. Then we have u raised to 13/3. Yan, du. Now, same as what we did before, in order for us to solve for the integral of these three terms, given that we are dealing with multiple terms, how do we solve for the integral of this? Anong gagawin natin dito sa tatlong ito? Pag-aanohin ito. And what formula do you think is applicable for each of them? What do we do with these three? Anyone? What do we do with these three? Come on. Uy, anong gagawin natin dito sa tatlong ito? How do we solve for the integral of this? Anong gagawin natin dito? Yan, isa-separate ng integration. That's correct. Pag-ihiwa-hiwalay natin siya. Okay? And after that, we may apply the basic formulas for them. Ano? Pero dito, pag-ihiwa-hiwalayin mo natin siya. So, this will be the integral of u raised to 1/3 du minus the integral of 2u raised to 7/3 du plus the integral of u raised to 13/3 du. Okay? Now, before we apply the formulas, let us bring out what can be brought out first, or simplify what can be simplified first. Tulad nitong 2. Itong 2, since there is a constant, pwede natin siyang ilabas. So it will be the integral of u raised to 1/3 du minus 2, the integral of u raised to 7/3 du plus the integral of u raised to 13/3 du. Now, going back to my question a while ago, after we have separated them, what formula now is applicable in solving them? Anong formula na ang pwede nating i-apply in solving this? After natin siya pag-iwahiwalayin, ano na yung formula na pwede natin gamitin for all of them? Anyone? Ito ay, ang gagamitin natin dito ay yung equivalent ng ano? Come on, basic formulas lang ito. It doesn't require any complicated formulas. Okay? So what do we do here? Anong formula ang gagamitin natin? Yan, yung equivalent ng power rule. That's correct. Yan. Okay lang? So, again, we'll apply the equivalent of power rule here. So, let's apply the equivalent of power rule with this one. So, yung the integral of u raised to 1/3, that will be equivalent to u raised to 4/3 over 4/3. Then, minus 2, may 2 pa sa labas. And the integral of u raised to 7/3 is u raised to 10/3 over 10/3 plus ang u raised to 13/3, that will be u raised to 16/3 over 16/3 plus c. Then again, we need to simplify. Alam nyo na to. Yung i-reciprocal ito. Ayan. And then it will be multiplied to the numerator. So it will be it will be 3u raised to 4/3 over 4. Tapos may 2 sa labas. Then this one will become 3u raised to 10/3 over 10, plus 3u raised to 16/3 over 16 plus c. Then we can simplify itong 2 tsaka itong 10. This will become 5. Ano? And it will turn out to be, we are close to the final answer. We have 3u raised to 4/3 over 4 minus 3u raised to 10 thirds over 5 plus 3u raised to 16 thirds over 16 plus c. So this is our final answer. Di pa pala. Sorry. Pero yan yun, nakabox na eh. Pero that's not our final answer yet. Bakit? Kasi our final answer should be in terms of the original function. Ibig sabihin, it should be in terms of sine. So therefore, our final answer will be 3 sine x raised to 4 thirds over 4 minus 3 sine x raised to 10 thirds over 5 plus 3 um, sine x raised to 16 thirds over 16 plus c. Yes, question? Someone raised their hand. So this is our final answer.
Sir, hindi po ba 13 over 3 lang po yun?
13 over 3. Ano ba ang sabi? Alin ba? Ito. Yung last term ba? Ito? Itong last term?
Yes po, sir.
Ayan. Pero diga, apply natin siya ng power rule. So it started initially with 13 over 3. Ngayon, if you apply the plus 1, 13 thirds plus 1 is 16 thirds. Tama? Pero check nyo din. Ayaw nyo nga naman. Pero if I'm not mistaken, that is the correct way of doing that. Tama ito. Itong 16 thirds. Okay? Yan. Pero again, this is our final answer. Okay? So again, if you will recall what happened here with the previous one that we discussed, with the one that we discussed yesterday, pareha siya. Again, saan lang sila nagkaiba? Nagkaiba sila nung nilalabas. Nagkaiba sila nung isa-substitute. Kasi before, what we substitute ay sine squared equals 1 minus cosine squared. But this time, ang substitute natin ay cosine squared equals 1 minus sine squared. And magkaiba sila ng u substitution. Kung dati yung case 1, ang u substitution ay automatic cosine. This time, ang u substitution natin ay automatic sine. Do you get this? Kuha nyo? Kuha natin? Yan. Since they follow the same process, I feel like kaya nyo na yung sunod kahit iisang example natin dito. So why don't you try and solve this? Okay? Try nyo nga yan. Same process naman ito. Ganun, may ilalabas, may ipapalit. Ayan. Okay? So try working on this. I'll give you 2 minutes to work on this. Go. And then, however, if you're done, you may post your answers immediately already. Okay? Okay, so again, if you have your answers ready, you may type it already on our message box. Meron na ba? Okay, so again, ito na may same process as before. Nung case 1 natin, again, ang nagkaiba lang dito ay iba ang sinasubstitute, iba ang pinapalitan, and then, I mean, opposite lang sila. Ano, pero yung proseso parehas din. May ilalabas, may ipapalit. Ang yun natin ay ganun. Okay? So again, try this one. Come on. Wala pa ba? I'll give you additional 2 more minutes. Go.
Excuse me po sir, nakamute po ata kayo.
Ayan, ano ko, I apologize. Kanina pa ako emit na emit dito. Ano? Ah, I apologize. Well, anyway, going back. Ayan na, feeling ko naman kita niyo naman yung process. And based on what I told you a while ago, or hindi ko nga pala nasabi din yung nga pala rinig, na I saw some initial answers. Tapos yung mga sagot nila ay 4y minus 4 sine cube. Tama naman yun. Ano? I mean, it's not entirely correct, pero feeling ko ang pinagkamalian nila ay ito. Nakalimutan nilang ibalik yung u, which is sine 1/4 y, with its original. Okay? Pero feeling ko naman, those who show their answers are following the same thing. Tama ba? Ano? So here, we'll have, if we substitute the original u, which is sine 1/4 y, so it'll be 4 sine 1/4 y minus 4/3 sine cube 1/4 y plus c, which I see that some of your classmates have these answers. But again, what I'm referring to kanina, dun sa ang sagot ay 4y minus sine. Feeling ko lang, nakalimutan lang yun. Ano? Nakalimutan lang. Ano, tulad na rin yung unang sagot with Mr. Coretana and Ms. Mercado. Nakalimutan na lang yung y ay it needs to be substituted with the original, which is sine 1/4 y. Okay? Pero the process, I feel like you follow the process naman. Ano? Okay? So do you have any questions with this case 2? But again, same as what I told you before or a while ago, pares naman siya with case 1. I mean, they're exactly the same. Magkakaiba nga lang ng pinapalitan. Kuha natin? Kuha, di ba? Okay. Now, kung papansin nyo, in each cases, we substitute values based on identities. Tulad nito. Itong cosine squared u equals 1 minus sine squared u. This came from the Pythagorean identity, which is sine squared u plus cosine squared u equals 1. So, dyan galing yan. Ano? Ngayon, in this case 3, ito naman ang case 3 natin. If before, ang case 1 natin ay applicable when the exponent of sine is odd, ang case 2 is applicable when the exponent of cosine is odd. This time, case 3 is applicable when the exponents of sine and cosine are both even. Okay? So again, this is applicable when the exponent of sine and cosine are both even. And this time, ito yung substitutions natin. For sine squared u, by the way, kung sa case 1 at case 2, may ilalabas, tas may papaltan, ano, this time, walang ilalabas. Diretso substitution tayo. Okay? So again, dito, diretso substitution tayo. And for case 3 situations, medyo mas mahaba ito compared sa group sa case 1 at sa case 2. Okay? So ngayon, if you'll notice that we are dealing with identities, dito identities din ito, pinagmulan nitong mga ito. Ano? Again, sine squared u will be 1/2 minus 1/2 cosine 2u. Cosine squared u is equal to 1/2 plus 1/2 cosine 2u. So if you're familiar with reduction formulas, trigonometric reduction formulas in this situation, yung double angle reduction ito, ano, wherein if you want to get a substitution for sine squared and cosine squared, we may apply the double angle formulas of cosine. Hindi ko alam kung na-discuss yun before sa inyong senior high school, pero dito yan galing. Pakita lang natin kung saan galing itong mga pamalit natin ito. Ito ay galing sa identity. It actually came from the double angle identity of cosine 2x. According to the double angle identity of cosine, this may be equivalent to cosine squared x minus sine squared x. Okay? Okay nyo? Yan. Ngayon, if we want to get a substitution for sine squared, so syempre, ito yung gusto nating matira, sine squared. Ano? So we need this to be isolated on one side. And then here, para mas masolve natin yung sine squared, everything should be in terms of sine squared. Meaning, itong cosine squared x, we may replace this with the Pythagorean identity, which is sine squared x plus cosine squared x. Pwede tayong kumuha ng pamalit dyan, given the identity sine squared x plus cosine squared x, or it'll be cosine squared x equals 1 minus sine squared x. So itong cosine squared x, pwede natin palitan ng 1 minus sine squared x. Ano? So it will be cosine 2x is equal to 1 minus sine squared x minus sine squared x. Ngayon, if we combine negative sine squared x tsaka minus sine squared x, it will turn out to be 1 minus 2 sine squared x. Okay? And then if we isolate sine squared x on one side, so if we transpose this here, tas ito naman ay paparto, so this will turn out to be positive 2 sine squared x equals 1 minus cosine 2x. And since we want a substitution for sine squared lang, we'll divide both sides by 2. Okay? Leaving us with a result of sine squared x is equal to 1 minus cosine 2x over 2, or kung paghihiwalay natin siya, it will turn out to be sine squared x is equal to 1 over 2 minus 1 over 2 cosine 2x, which is exactly the same as our substitution here. Ano? Kanya? So itong pinagmulang ito ay galing sa double angle reduction. Although, you don't have to express them. I mean, you don't have to do that sa exam or in any situations. As long as you know that the substitution for sine squared ay itong 1/2 minus 1/2 cosine 2u, and as long as you know that the substitution for cosine squared is 1/2 plus 1/2 cosine 2u, okay na yun. You don't really have to know this. Pero pinakita lang natin kung saan natin kinuha yung pamalit dito, for sine squared. Kung gusto niyo makuha yung pamalit sa cosine squared, just do the same thing, but this time, ang palitan niyo naman ay sine squared, you will replace it by 1 minus cosine squared, and then you'll get the same answer, which is this one. Ano ba? Okay, so ngayon, again, the difference of case 1 and case 2, so case 1 and case 2, we bring something out, and then we substitute a certain value to that. Sa case 3 naman, diretso substitution. Okay? So if the exponent of sine is even and the exponent of cosine is even, and then they are already expressed as sine squared and cosine squared, diretso substitute tayo dun. Okay? So let's, again, this is better explained with an example. Like in the situation, kung papansin nyo, sine is raised to an even exponent, 2, and cosine is raised to 2 as well. So isulat natin dito yung substitutions. So sine squared u is equal to 1/2 minus 1/2 cosine 2u, and cosine squared is equal to 1/2 plus 1/2 cosine 2u. Yan. So, ganun lang din ang gagawin natin dito. So, since they are already expressed as sine squared and cosine squared, pwede diretso substitution na tayo. This will be yung sine squared natin. Again, we may substitute it immediately with 1/2 minus 1/2 cosine 2. Ang u na ating tinutukoy ay kung ano yung angle. In this situation, ang angle natin ay z, so bali cosine 2 z. Kanya? While for cosine squared, ang pamalit dyan ay 1/2 plus 1/2 cosine 2u. Ang u ng cosine dito ay z, so cosine 2z dz. Yan. Kaba natin? Okay. So ngayon, after doing this, what we need to do is simplify them. Or simplify them by multiplying them. Dito we may apply FOIL method, or sa tunay may mas madaling paraan ng pagsisimplify nito, which is the sum or difference of binomials. Sum or difference of a binomial. Of two binomials. Ano ba yung term? Basta may tamang term eh. Or sa madalit sabi, kapag ang terms ay parehas, nagkaiba lang sila ng sign sa gitna, to easily express their product or to easily multiply them, all you have to do is square the first term, square the second term, then minus. Kanya? So ito yung example natin. X plus 3 times x minus 3. Same as this one. Let's say we have 2x minus 5 tsaka 2x plus 5. Kung mapapansin nyo, parehas yung terms natin. Parehas na 2x at parehas na 5. So to easily multiply this, all you have to do is square the first term, square the second term, then minus. Kuha ba natin? Kuha nyo ka? So dito, in simplifying this, gano'n lang din. Kung mapapansin nyo, we are dealing with the same terms. 1/2 tapos 1/2 cosine 2z. Magkaiba lang sila ng signs in the middle. So therefore, to simplify them, that is the most basic way of simplifying them. Ano? So let's square the first term. The first term will be 1/4. Square the second term. The square of 1/2 is 1/4 also. And then the square of cosine 2z is cosine squared 2z. Then minus in the middle, dz. Okay? Kuha niya ka? Kuha natin? Yan. Given that we have two terms, how do we solve this na? Paano natin to solve given that we have two terms here? How do we solve for something like this? We'll solve them. What? What do we do with both of them? We'll solve them. Ano gagawin? Just sa dalawang yan. Pag-aanahin.
Solve separately po.
Yeah, that's correct. Pag-ihiwalay natin yan. Ano? So, we'll solve for the integral of 1/4 dz minus the integral of 1/4 cosine squared 2z dz. Okay? Ngayon, let's solve for the integral of 1/4 dz. The integral of 1/4 dz is 1/4 z. Minus itong 1/4, pwede nating ilabas. So we'll have 1/4 outside. The integral of cosine squared 2z dz. Ngayon, ano mapapansin natin? Kung mapapansin nyo, after doing the process, may natira namang cosine squared na naman. Cosine squared. Cosine squared. Ano? So, what do we do? Kapag lumabas ulit yung cosine or sine raised to an even exponent, pwede nating ulitin ang proseso. Okay? So since meron pa tayong even exponent ng cosine, pwede nating ulitin yung process. Meaning, i-apply ulit natin itong substitution natin na ito. Kuha niyo ka? So that's the one difference also that we have for group 1, case 1, and case 2 from case 3. Meaning, sa case 3, pwedeng pa ulit-ulit. As long as merong even na exponent, pwede mo siyang gamitin hanggang sa wala ng exponent. Oo. Yun yung goal natin dito. Mawala na yung exponent ng cosine at the end. Pero kailan yun magaganap? Kapag inulit natin ang proseso. Itong cosine squared 2z, we may replace this with, according to our substitution ng case 3, ito ay pwedeng palitan ng 1/2 plus 1/2 cosine 2u, wherein ang u natin ay yung angle. Ang angle natin this time ay 2z. So what do you think should be together with cosine? Ano sa palagay nyo ang angle natin for cosine? Will it still be 2z? Or according to the pattern, 2u. Kung ang u natin ngayon ay 2z, ano na ito? What will this be now? Yeah, 4z na. That's correct. Cosine, 4z na siya. So bale, ito tatandaan nyo lang din, sa pagpadagdag ng padagdag, ang application natin nitong case 3 na ito, pataas yung angle. Okay? Like in the situation, 4z. Pero times 2 lang naman ito ng times 2. Ano? Okay? So now, same as what we did a while ago, given that we have two terms here, what do we do here? We solve this separately as well. Pero take note that 1/4 will be distributed to both of them as well. Same thing with the negative sign. Ano? So it'll be 1/4 z minus 1/4, the integral of 1/2 z plus negative 1/4, the integral of 1/2 cosine 4z dz. Huwag kayong mag-alala, pag wala ng exponent na even, tama na yun. Like in this situation, wala na namang exponent na even. So, ibig sabihin, ito na yung last time na gagamitin natin itong process na ito. Ano? Pero again, kung hanggat may exponent pa na even, paulit-ulit nyo gagamitin yan. Okay? So now let's solve for the integral. But before we do that, itong 1/2, since there is a constant, dz pala to, dz. Sorry. Yan. Itong 1/2, since it is a constant, we will bring it out and then we'll multiply it with 1/4. So it'll be 1/8 the integral of dz. And this one, dahil plus minus siya, it'll be minus, same thing. It'll become 1/8 as well. 1/8 the integral of cosine 4z dz. Okay? Ayan. Kuha nyo? Ngayon, The integral of, focus tayo dito sa second muna. Mamaya natin intindihin yung third term. So the integral of 1/8 dz is 1/8 z din. 1/8 z. Okay? Yan. Then, ayan. Wala pa tayong ginagawa dyan sa third term ha. Ngayon, tingnan nyo ito. We have 1/4 z minus 1/8 z. So what are they? They are what we call as like terms. So meaning, pwede natin siyang
Cancel.
combinin, pagsamahin. Ano, para isang term na lang siya. So it will be like 1/4 z minus 1/8 z. If we combine them, that will turn out to be 1/8 z. Okay? So ito yun. Yung pinagsama natin siya. Then, ngayon, we may now focus on dito sa third term natin, which is negative 1/8, the integral of cosine 4z dz. Ngayon, how do we solve for the integral nitong cosine 4z dz? Anong rule ang gagamitin natin dito or anong technique ang gagamitin natin dito? Take note. I'll give a hint. Ito madali lang to. You just need to apply whatever we have discussed before. Initially, yung kauna-unahan, isa sa mga kaunahan natin discuss. Like dito, given cosine 4z dz, ano gagawin natin dito? Magkakaroon tayo dito ng
Use of.
u substitution. That's correct. Wherein our u substitution here will be 4z. Ano, tandaan nyo ka? Tandaan nyo? So again, bumalik tayo doon sa basic. Dito naman sa process na ito, mga basic lang din ang ina-apply natin. Okay? So ito ay magiging cosine u, then dz will get its substitution from the derivative, which will turn out to be 4 dz. Pero dahil dz lang, we'll divide both sides by 4 to lead us to 1/4 du is equal to dz. Okay? So now let's substitute. So we have 1/8 z times the integral of cosine 4z ay magiging u, tapos ang dz will replace it with 1/4 du. Kuha Now, given that 1/4 is a constant, lalabas natin siya. So it will be 1/8 z minus 1 over, then since 1/4 is brought outside together with 1/8, i-multiply siya. So siya magiging 1 over 32, the integral of cosine u du. Okay? Ngayon, the integral of cosine u du, yan ay sine. Diga? So, sine na lang yan. So, it will be minus 1 over 32 sine u plus c. Then again, don't forget that the final answer I should be in terms of whatever was substituted a while ago with u, which in this case ay 4z. So, it will be 1/8 z minus 1 over 32 sine 4z plus c. So this is now our final answer. Okay? So ngayon, let's recall what did we do. So dito, in case 3, again, we apply this kapag ang exponents ay even. And what we do here is, walang nilalabas. Diretso substitution. Okay? And then those substitutions may be applied as long as meron tayong even exponent. So as long as may lumalabas na squared, paulit-ulit nating isa-substitute yung required substitution for cosine squared o kaya sine squared. Okay? But then, the important thing here is, ang ginagamit natin na formula at the end ay simple lang. Like in the situation, kung mapapansin nyo, yung integral lang ng constant and simple u substitution lang ng cosine. Pansin nyo ga? Yun lang din naman at the end ang ginagamit. Ang problema nga lang ay yung repeated na use nung formula natin na sinasubstitute. Yung 1/2 minus 1/2 cosine 2u at 1/2 plus 1/2 cosine 2u. So yun yung medyo tricky kasi paulit-ulit nga siyang ginagawa. Pero nakuha nyo ka? Nakuha ka natin yung proseso. Nakuha nyo naman.
Okay.
Nakuha nyo? Okay. So ngayon, before we move on, kasi almost time na din. Pero sir, kung may tanong kayo, let's say for example, kung ang tanong nyo ay, sir, paano po kung yung sine ay odd at yung cosine ay even? Aling case po ang i-observe namin? Susundin ba namin yung odd na exponent o yung even na exponent? Ngayon, kung magkasama sila na yung isa ay odd ay yung isa ay even, susundin nyo yung case for the odd exponent. So, ibig sabihin, yung case natin for this one, which in this situation is, anong case ang gagamitin natin dito? Given sine cube x, case 1 ito or case 2? Ano to? Case 1. Kuha, di ba? So, kapag may kasama siya, like odd and even together at the same group, ang susundin nyo ay yung odd exponent. Yung rule natin for that odd exponent. Itong case 3 natin, ginagamit lang to kung parehas even or solo na even, like in this situation. Kuha nyo? Kuha natin. Okay. So, try solving this at home. Pero ito, ipapakita natin ang solution nito tomorrow. Pero so far, that is the end of our lesson for today. Okay? So, do you have any questions or clarifications regarding this? Or nakuha nyo naman?